From clarkwoods.com, this is Horribly Off Topic. Episode number 122. I am Christopher.
And I am a love affair of Alec Baldwin and Jason Schwartzman.
Wow. Was that? It seems to me that would be a very hairy affair.
Why? Because they're both men?
No, it just seems. I mean, there are some men who kind of shave. They kind of clean up. Or not even kind of. That's their whole thing. I picture it was Alec Baldwin, not Steven, right?
Yes,
Alec Baldwin and Jason Schwartzman. I picture both of them as being rather hairy. I
don't think Jason Schwartzman is very hairy.
You know what? The truth is, I can't even picture who Jason Schwartzman is.
He was in Rushmore and.
Oh no, he's hairy.
He's
way. Hairy.
I don't know.
He's got a lot of hair.
He's got hair on his head.
He's got hair on his head. Okay, maybe not so hairy, but I imagine it would be tender, that love affair. Who's the top? Who's the bottom?
I don't care. Who gives a shit?
Because you don't want to imagine your parents having sex, and in this case,
my parents are not.
But no. You said you are a love affair between Alec Baldwin and Jason Schwartzman.
You can't take two sperms and make a person. Chris.
Not yet.
Oh, really?
Not yet. Science. I mean, science is going to go away come January 20th or 21st. It's one of the
It'll
first
be like
thing.
the end of Brain Candy, where they're trying to discover a cure for all this stupid happiness.
Yeah, no, but they'll be trying to find a cure for stupid, and
we're
trying to find that cure now. That project's going to be cut off.
We're already well on our way to Idiocracy, and you need to see that goddamn movie. So
I do. I found it in my my wish list. My wish list on iTunes. I found Idiocracy was there the other day, and it was on sale. I think it was on sale, and
They were probably like, watch this and realize what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's prescient.
Wow,
it's prescient.
Vocab
word English.
Do you have a word of the day calendar?
I do not have a word of the day calendar. I do think about prescience and about predictability and seeing the future a lot. There's a Greek myth about this woman named Cassandra. Ever heard Cassandra?
Greek myth.
All right. Cassandra.
All right, I'll try not to say anything racist.
No. But Cassandra, I'm pretty sure. So Cassandra could see the future, and I'm pretty sure she fucked Zeus, because I think that's what happens in every Greek myth. Is somebody fucks Zeus, and then Hera or one of Zeus's other children is like, "Fuck you, Dad," and they do something. And so if it's a mortal that fucks Zeus, like something fucked up happens to him. So I think Cassandra probably fucked Zeus, or maybe Hephaestus, or some fucking person.
What the fuck is up with Zeus? Like, okay, so he fucks a mortal.
Yeah.
And then he one of his kids gets mad about it.
I think mostly it's Hera that gets mad about it.
His wife gets mad about it, and then fucks with this person. Yes. Why doesn't he do anything to stop or fix the problems that his wife created for this person that their only crime was to fuck a god?
Because male privilege. The misogyny.
Male privilege. It's the woman that's getting fucked over.
No, but it's
the mortal woman.
But Zeus is sitting up there. He's like, I get to do whatever the fuck I want, and who gives a shit about the consequences? That's
he's not the one that has the consequences.
I know, but he's the one that's sitting up there because he has no consequences. His privilege makes it so that he has no consequences. So he fucks Cassandra, which if that turns out to not be what happens, I'm sure that Brian or Leo or somebody is writing us an email right now. So I'm looking it up.
They can't be writing one right now. They haven't even heard the show yet.
So she something about Apollo.
Oh, did you fuck Apollo?
Now
she has a sunshiny pussy. We can't make that the episode title.
No. Do you think Florence Henderson had a sunshiny pussy?
Is she dead?
She is dead. No, but wasn't that one of the Brady songs with Sunshiny Day?
Here's the story. Yeah. Everybody's laughing. And Sunshine Day.
And Peter is his voice is squeaking, right?
Yes, because he was going through puberty.
Maybe she fucks Apollo. In another version, Cassandra consented to have sex with Apollo in exchange for the gift of prophecy and then broke her promise.
Oh, she didn't have sex with him.
Oh, so she didn't have sex with Zeus. It was Apollo.
Okay, but no, she didn't have sex with either of them.
Well, right. And because she went back on her promise, Apollo or Zeus or whoever you want. I mean, this stuff's all malleable, right? The truth. Fuck the truth. We're in a post-truth world. She is gifted with foresight, with the ability to see it in the future, but nobody pays attention to her.
No.
That's the curse, is that she can say, she's the Chicken Little of the Greek set. She can say the sky is falling until she's blue in the face.
But no one listens
until somebody
to her.
blows in her face. Either Zeus or Apollo, depending on which...
No, they didn't do that.
Oh, that's right.
If they did, maybe they would have listened to her.
Right. So she can talk till she's blue in the face about the sky falling, and nobody's going to listen.
So what is the parable about this situation? If you promise to do something,
Cassandra.
If you promise to do something, do it. That's what.
That is the parable, the fable.
Yeah.
Aesop.
Usopp.
No, you said not to drink it.
I said not for a bit. I shook it up before we started the show.
All right, hold on.
It's fine now.
It's fine. I just
didn't want you to...
One time I got like a speck of beer or not beer, a speck of cider on the computer. So I just try to keep my distance. All right, I'm taking the drink for Usopp. I feel like Cassandra. I feel like I can. I have reached the point because I've been such a defeatist in my life, or maybe I'm the Chicken Little. I don't know.
No, but the thing is, you never made a wager with someone you said
You think Chicken Little fucked Foghorn Leghorn, and that's why?
Well, I say I don't think that happened.
No, Chicken Little was supposed to fuck Foghorn Leghorn.
Chicken Little was a boy.
So.
Well,
gender politics, all that stuff, it's all out the window.
Also,
and
Chicken Little was a child. Let's go with that one being the wrong thing.
Chicken Little is not a child in every version. I'm talking about a more grown-up version that's been dumbed down.
You ever had KFC's Chicken Littles?
You think KFC ever fucked the Double Down, and that's why it's got all the cheese in the middle? That's what that is?
That's gross.
That's actually, You
know what they should do for, the double down? They should have that sandwich, which was the chicken for bread. But they also, the sandwich that I had, a while ago, which was a hamburger with, grilled cheeses as the buns.
Okay. That sounds delicious.
Entire grilled cheese for the bun.
I am aware of what
on either side.
I get
I'm just trying to clarify.
Okay.
They should do that, the buck double. Oh, no, not buck double.
The buck double.
That's when double down.
That's when Bambi fucks both Thumper and Flower at the same time.
I have a better...
one with each horn.
I have a better idea. We get the buck double. We get 2 buck doubles and the double down. You put a buck double on either side of the double down, and you have the buck double down.
No, I'm just picturing Bambi in a 3-way with his best friends.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm trying to think of new awesome burgers, and you're trying to fuck animals over here.
I'm not trying to. I'm just imagining it because my brain is so fried from nobody listening to me. Like when I said that Donald Trump was going to be president of the United States, and nobody listened.
Orange Man.
I'm sorry. When I said
just spit, I'm sorry.
When I said that the Orange Man was going to be president of the United States, nobody listened. And when I say
I listened. I was right there with you.
When I say that the world is going to suck for at least the next 4 years or until the bombs start dropping, my liberal in-laws should believe me. And instead, they say they have hope.
Well, the thing is, they
have hope.
Instead of being a naysayer, and I'm not necessarily on their side or your side, but instead of being a naysayer...
But you're kind of on their side.
Instead of being a naysayer, you have to figure out what you can do to fix things, what you can do locally, because your local politics matter a hell of a lot more than the national politics.
I am the one thing in life I can control.
Right. So do
what do people do if I make a Hamilton reference?
Oh, I guess I'll drink. But just do the little stuff.
Do the little stuff.
Make sure you, your wife, your kids, make sure they're happy. And then forget about the fucking things outside that bubble. Okay. Except for me, I'm sort of important because we do the show every week.
Yes.
Just for an hour a week or the 2 hours it takes us to get it done.
All right. I'll leave the bubble and come over.
All right. Here. Leave the bubble, come over.
But when I'm in between the bubble and here, that's when I get to panic, right?
No.
Because I'm not in the bubble and I'm not here yet.
Okay, well you can panic all you want, but it's not gonna be good for the show. I don't think if you're.
It's been good for the show so far. I was panicky and frustrated, and then we came here, and now I've given pictures to people's minds of Apollo and Zeus and Foghorn and Leghorn, and there's like a whole fucking cartoon orgy going on in people's ears right now, and that's all because I was panicky between the bubble and here.
Yes, that's exactly the good thing that happened.
Yeah, I on the way over here, I was hate skipping.
Hate fucking.
I was hate fucking my phone. No, I was hate skipping.
Do you have like one of those like fleshlight converters where you can
actually... I don't, but I mean
in that movie
the hole
Her?
On my phone is small, but you know, I'm not exactly a well-endowed man. I probably don't even need a converter.
Well, we're 5 seconds away from VR being able to like completely distract us.
Yeah.
From
but then January 20th is going to happen. We'll be about 20 years away from it.
Oh, what? Like, amazingly, we're going to go back to the Bronze Age?
Well, I know. That's when America was great. That's what he promised. He
in
said,
the Bronze Age? No, it wasn't.
We're going to make America great again. I'm sure it was pretty good in the Bronze Age. There are a lot of indigenous people who would say it was pretty fucking awesome in the Bronze Age before all you European motherfuckers brought your smallpox with you.
Yeah, I guess. But it was it's all depending on what you feel is great. I think that right around, like, if well, I don't, like, here's the thing, like, I don't think America was ever great.
I think you're probably right.
And I'm like, I thought, like, we were on the right track.
Back when we were young, scrappy, and hungry, like our country.
Is that another one?
Say Hamilton. It was, like good old Alex.
Alex who? Jones?
No, Alex Hamilton.
Oh, Alexander.
I am the ale.
Isn't he the bad guy in that story?
It depends on your perspective. See,
I think he would be, because I think he's an asshole.
I think he is the bad guy in that story, although he is the hero for most of it. I think Aaron Burr is the hero of the story, and I think I'm in the minority when I say that. But Aaron Burr, for me, is the protagonist of that story, and Alexander Hamilton is the antagonist.
Good, because he should be, because he's an asshole.
He's not an asshole. Thomas Jefferson's an asshole.
Why? Because he fucks all of his slaves, and he bought the Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah, for those and many other reasons. John Adams is lazy. I get that. I'm learning.
He went to France and got the flu, and he didn't hardly survive. And then he came back, and then
he goes home to Massachusetts every chance he gets.
Yeah. Because he loves his wife.
Because he loves his wife.
Ben Franklin, on the other hand, dude loves hookers, especially French ones. John, you gotta come down to fucking France. They got the best. They got the biggest titties there. The best titties and French hookers. That is direct quote Ben Franklin, circa 17.
Oh, I was gonna say, was that
1783
from that was a cutscene from the John Adams series on HBO.
No, that is not that. No, that is like, I think it was written in a book somewhere. Like someone was just transcribing their conversation while they were drinking and Ben was
carousing,
drinking and carousing and inventing bifocals.
I was afraid you weren't going to get carousing in there. I was like, Steve, you're on the verge of an awesome word. Don't stop yourself.
I did. I caroused.
You stopped yourself. For
I
a
caroused
second.
with the big titty French whores. I didn't actually, but Ben Franklin sure did.
Ben Franklin sure did. He did it enough for all of us down through the ages.
Right. And that's probably why he was all a little nutty at the end, because he probably had like syphilis.
He had the syphilis, a little bit like King George.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember there was a little song that this guy I went to high school with used to sing, and he would go, syphilis. It started with a little kiss. Now it hurts to piss. Syphilis.
That's pretty good, although the rhythm's off a little bit there in the middle. I feel like you need an extra syllable or something, an extra syllable.
No.
Or emphasis on the right syllable.
I didn't write the fucking little tune.
I'm not saying it's your fault, Steve. Don't take it personal.
I'm going to blame John Learson. And you can bleep that if you want.
I'm not gonna. I don't feel like bleeping anything. Yeah. So.
Or was it Hugh Evans?
Cassandra, Troy. What? Hugh Evans.
I was just trying to think.
Hugh Evans is like. Oh no, that's Hugh Jackman. No, Hugh Jones. Toby Jones.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Marvel movies.
Oh.
I thought Hugh Evans was the name of an actor, but I don't think he is. Luke Evans. Luke Evans was the one of the dudes in one of those 6 Hobbit movies, and now he's going to be Gaston. I think he's going to be Gaston in the live-action Beauty and the Beast.
That has Hermione Granger.
It does have Hermione Granger.
What's the name of the actress?
Emma Watson. Emma Watson.
Belle.
Yeah.
There's we watched a couple of riff tracks things on Amazon last night.
Yeah.
And the second of the 2 that we watched was a little film called Samurai Cop.
Samurai Cop. I am not aware of this masterpiece.
It is just that.
A masterpiece.
It has the guy with a really big head,
Robert Kirkman.
No, let me just. I'll look it up.
Robert.
You're
Johnson?
not going to get this.
Roberto Clemente.
No.
Robert.
Seriously, stop.
Robbie Robertson. Robert Downey Jr.
No.
Robert Downey Sr.
It was
Robert Goulet.
Robert Zadar.
Zadar.
Z apostrophe Dar.
Ooh, he's fancy.
He's got this enormous face.
He does. I don't know his face. Explain.
You want to see a picture?
It's not
the picture for the show this week is going to be a picture.
It's not going to do much for the listener if you show me a picture.
No, but it will when you have the picture of this guy as
the show art.
Yes.
You don't think there's going to be anything more impressive to put as or more important to put as the show art than Robert Zadar's big fucking head?
No, it's a great head.
No, it's a great head. I don't know. That's what she said.
Here it is, Zadar. Robert Zadar.
I wonder if I'm going to recognize this face once I...
Look at that guy's head!
That guy has a big head. There's one thing here that looks like maybe I know him from somewhere.
It was probably some action movie.
Yeah, I don't know that guy. Robert Zadar. So this movie, what was the name of it again?
Samurai Cop.
Samurai Cop. And so you were watching riff tracks on Samurai Cop, and what made you think of that, Mr. Woodbury?
I don't know.
But you were going to tell us about Samurai Cop or something.
Well,
Emma Watson.
Oh, yes.
Led you to riff tracks, and you were talking about Samurai Cop.
No, I was just because we were talking about movies and
the original movie. Samurai Cop or Samurai Cop 2: Deadly Vengeance.
No, the original one. Like
okay.
I think the Deadly Vengeance one came out very recently.
Yes, it did. Robert Zadar, Yamashita.
He was also in a movie that I watched, the MST3K version of Soul Taker, with Joe Estevez.
Okay.
Who's Martin Sheen's brother.
Oh, okay. So it's Emilio's brother.
No, Emilio's uncle.
Emilio's uncle.
Because Martin Sheen.
Now there is a show title.
Martin Sheen.
Emilio's uncle.
Martin Sheen was an Estevez.
Yes.
So Joe
I believe
Estevez.
It's pronounced Estevez.
Oh, sorry. I've been drinking too much tiger blood or whatever the fuck. Wait.
Yeah.
He's got AIDS. Wait, that's. What are you doing? Stop looking at this.
At Robert Zadar. I'm trying to see what else I might know him from.
But yeah, it was like, if you've never seen, this is like one of those great, like, terrible movies, but like a Troll 2.
Ooh, Robert Zadar was in Wild Cactus.
He was probably in a lot of really crazy nonsense. But like, it's a lot of really great crazy nonsense.
He was in the 91 series The Flash.
Oh, well.
He was in The Flash. And in Beastmaster 2. I'm sorry.
He wasn't in the original Beastmaster? Why don't we
maybe.
list his whole filmography?
No, he's got a very extensive filmography, so we won't do that. He was in Tango and Cash.
Wow, that is a movie that was a real movie.
but what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Put your phone away.
Put my phone away.
Put it away.
But I have to know. I have to know about Robert Zadar.
I'm going to tell you about one of the movies that he was in instead of just reading about every movie that he was in.
So we should interact rather than have our phones in front of our face?
Right. The only reason I went to my phone was to find his name so I could get it right.
That's a novel idea, Steve.
Right. So, okay. So if you've...
I am not at all subtweeting my family at this point.
Have you ever seen Troll 2?
No.
Okay, how about The Room?
No.
Oh my God! Like these are the kind of movies that Samurai Cop like falls into.
And you're not talking about the most recent The Room,
not that is just Room.
Oh, that's just Room. Okay, no article.
The Room, a Tommy Wiseau vehicle, was probably one of the there was a documentary made about Troll 2 that called the best worst movie. Oh, Troll 2, and I think it's all the genesis of like these really great bad movies is someone who's slightly foreign but does speak English,
right?
But doesn't necessarily understand the intricacies of dialogue between someone speaking English to another person speaking English,
right?
And so there's a lot of like, then these are like, these are professional actors that are going to, act the way the director is sort of directing them to.
Right. Yep.
And so some of them may not be terrific actors, but, some are or whatever. And so they're just doing what the director says, and it's turning out like a bunch of nonsense because the director doesn't seem to understand what the hell they're doing, and that's what makes a really great bad movie. Like because Troll 2, I think it was an Italian director, working with an entire American cast, and just directing them, and like they didn't know what the fuck was going on through most of the scenes. And then with The Room, like I think the guy that played Mark wrote a book called The Disaster Artist about Tommy Wiseau and basically the insanity that was the production of that film.
Interesting.
If you want to just get like a taste of The Room, we can watch this after the show, but like I suggest people to pause the show for a second and watch this 30-second clip on YouTube of the flower scene from The Room.
Flower scene from The Room.
So watch that and then come back to us, and then we can, you'll understand. It basically, if I could describe it, the main character, Tommy Wiseau plays his name is Johnny.
Okay,
it's not too far off from his real name, so.
So wait, he's the director and he's in it.
He's in it. Yeah.
I hear that's a bad thing, Steve.
This is in The Room, and so he pulls out in front of a flower shop, goes in, and this is in the matter of about 30 seconds.
Right.
He orders a dozen roses. The woman says, "Oh, hi, Johnny," and then he says, "Oh, there's a cute doggy." He pets it real quick. He pays for the roses, and then he walks out, and she says, "You're my favorite customer." And just like all of this happens in very rapid succession, and it doesn't make sense that it didn't need to be that rushed.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
But at all, you gotta keep
he probably
keep the plot moving.
Well, not necessarily that, but he probably didn't have the rights to shoot there, and so he probably just asked the person. Like they probably did it in one take.
I see.
And we're basically like, okay, can we just have my this actor be behind the counter for a second? And then we just go and do this, and then boom, it's done, and then they get out of there.
And so it has to be quick. It's just it's prudent.
Yeah, I don't know, but like it's just nonsense, like from start to finish. Like the character motivations, nothing makes sense in a lot of these movies, and I think that's what makes them great.
Yeah.
And like there's like the Samurai Cop, the one we watched last night. There's this. It's sort of like a Lethal Weapon kind of ripoff.
Okay.
If you want to,
is there a Mel Gibson and a Danny Glover? Or,
yes. So basically, it's a partners. One's a black cop, one's a white cop. But like the white cop has really long, luxurious hair.
Oh, of course,
and he's the samurai cop.
Oh, okay.
But like the reaction shots from his partner are some of the best I've ever seen in any movie ever. Just because like they shot them completely separate from the scene. So he like the director was just basically telling him to do some like make a weird face, and then he does, and basically that's edited into like these weird scenes. Like this is part where like this nurse is hitting on like the samurai cop, and like and he just keeps on cutting back to like the reaction shots of his partner. And he's just like got this wry look on his face where he's like and it's just like
this is like George Lucas watched this movie before making the prequels.
I mean, it's
just like I'm gonna take this shot over here, which has nothing to do with this one, and I was trying to make
that was a pretty good Lucas impression. No, I'm not kidding.
Would you like some rock salt and cream and sugar, and you can put them all together, and you get ice cream.
Oh, is that a joke?
It's part of a Patton Oswalt bit.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'll drink then, and so. Like if you ever have watch Idiocracy first, but like if you have some time, watch any of these 3 movies because they're all.
I have plenty of time.
Some of my they're just really great. Like in like there's bad movies like Sharknado out there,
right? That
are intentionally bad.
Yeah.
And there's a certain charm to them. Not very much.
Not much.
But there's a certain amount of humor that's there, and you can see it. But they're not. You can't really watch a movie like that more than once to be like, oh, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But.
I mean,
these other movies that are terrible, like there's so much charm to them.
Yeah.
It's like oozing out of it.
Right. So
just
it's
because like the director like doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
So like the difference between Vern Troyer charm and Warwick Davis charm.
Right. Like that. I think that's a pretty good analogy.
Well, you said there's a little charm.
Oh.
I can't remember what the hell is little people the preferred nomenclature?
Yes.
Okay. So I wasn't being ping pong.
You weren't being what?
Ping pong. We've talked about this a long time ago. Maybe on episode 1. Maybe in episode 1 we talked about this. Ping pong is a phrase that that Merlin Mann, who I follow too much to almost stalker-like degree on his various podcasts. It's a phrase that he uses when he senses that his co-host or he himself is about to say something or has just said something that might be construed as a little bit racist. He's like, we might be being a little bit ping pong there.
All right. Speaking of which, I think that leads into our next story.
What story is that, Steve? Oh, wait. I think there's... You talking about the one... I just wrote a note down for this. You have to explain to me, because I know nothing about it.
Nothing about it, huh?
Nothing about it. We haven't talked about this at all.
Excuse me, fourth wall.
We're building a fourth wall, and we're going to make the Brechtians pay for it. China's answer to the Amazon Echo. That was one of the notes on my list, and like I said, I know nothing about it.
You didn't look into it at all.
I did not look into it at all. You just told me this is something we were going to talk about, and I'm very curious. I do wonder now if it's going to be a little bit ping pong. Because you just
said it is exactly that. I don't know if the Chinese did this on purpose. Knowing that's like, what Americans do, but the product that is the same as the Amazon Echo and the Google Home or whatever else, or not the same, but it's a similar product.
Same idea. The
Chinese version of that is called the LingLong DingDong. So basically what they did was they made...
Say one more time. It's called the what?
LingLong DingDong. I bet you the Foxy Pirates used the LingLong DingDong on Long Ring Longland.
I bet you they did. No, so, okay. So when you're trying to activate your phone, if you have an iDevice, you say, ahoy telephone.
Or whatever thing you need to do.
When you're trying to activate the Amazon Echo, you say, yo dingus. Or dingus, stop. or whatever. And you just go ahead and replace the name of your dingus or the name of your telephone's AI there with what I just said. So you did, but in this case, would you say,
"Hey, LingLong DingDong,"
or would it be LingLong DingDong? Like
that was race. That was a little ping pong there.
That was a lot ping pong.
That was a lot of ping pong. It's impossible not to like go into like get like well into the deep end of racism with this conversation, no matter what we do. So like, let's just fucking just dive in. And I'm not gonna like intentionally try to say disparaging things about Chinese people.
No,
but like,
you
Jesus Christ,
you made a good point on Twitter. It's like people.
Oh yeah, I will read my. This is.
But it totally like because all of the things are kind of like a two syllable thing. So ahoy telephone, yo dingus. Well, yo dingus is
so basically my.
But it's all got the same thing. So LingLong DingDong would make sense as the way that you activate it.
Okay.
LingLong DingDong. Play.
Right. So my tweet was millions of Americans tried their damnedest not to be racist for a day, and then this damn story hits. Well, that's not a direct quote, but whatever.
Right.
Apparently, I can't read what I write.
But I.
And then, like, this is not a joke. We're not fucking
around.
We're
not fucking around. No.
Like, I got this story from Wired magazine, which, you know, I guess.
I mean, you know, they're as reputable as any magazine that's failing and creating clickbait in order to serve up ad revenue and survive in this economy where nobody buys subscriptions to things and expects all their journalism for free.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
my
get
soapbox. I just stepped on.
You guys get this podcast for free, you know, every week, you know.
Yeah.
Unless you donate, which we have had donations in the past, and we appreciate them fully.
Some of you are not getting it for free. Some of you have paid your hard-earned bucks on this.
Yeah.
Shit.
So I don't want to say that no one's paid for this, but some people have.
Some people have paid a lot, all things considered, and we thank you.
Wholeheartedly. All of our hearts go out to you.
Yes, I'm pulling my heart right out of my chest right now.
Yeah, well,
put it in an envelope.
So if you go to the website,
clarkwoods.com/hot. And /122 if you want the notes for this episode.
Yeah, for this particular episode. But there is a little button on there that you can click on to give us a donation for the show. Yes. And that's not something we ever talk about. So maybe people would know.
About it, yeah, people would remember.
And we did it now in the middle of the show instead of at the end when people stop listening.
Yeah. Or we could run ads.
Well, we need to actually get an advertiser interested enough to fucking have
maybe the
happen.
LingLong DingDong.
I hope so.
Like, you know what? I think there's a huge market in white middle class liberals that listen to horribly off topic
in China.
In China. No, Americans who want a little bit of culture in their homes. The Amazon, the Google Home, those things don't do it for them. They want a LingLong DingDong in there.
You'll be like, "Hey, LingDong DingDong, play horribly off topic."
Be built right in. Be like, I know what you're talking about. We sponsor their podcast. But you know. Maybe somebody out there already has like a LingLong DingDong. Can you imagine
it probably exists. Like there was pictures of it.
Can you imagine a dildo that responded to voice? Like, hey, LingLong DingDong, turn up the speed to 8. You know, you're sitting there. You've already got it in you.
So like,
and you kind of don't want to. You don't even
Gatorade. Is it in you?
You don't want to mess around with it. You're like, hey, LingLong, up the speed to 6, and. Because you're just exasperated. You're not
Chris,
into it at all.
I got to tell you something. You just oftentimes try a little bit too hard to be dirty. It doesn't have to go there.
I try a little too hard on everything.
I've noticed, like I did that when I was doing stand up. Like if I got too dirty too quickly,
they're gone.
Like you lose people. Even though my opening joke was about a woman getting peanut butter licked off by a dog. But whatever, you know?
No, I honestly did think about it. I just got carried away. But I do imagine the way that technology seems to be pointing is a lot of people want to use, or the companies all think we want to use voice for stuff, which I don't think is the most efficient way to do,
especially if you got the
practically anything.
Because we got the echo, and like if the volume's up really loud, how the fuck is she gonna hear you?
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, I run into that when I'm in the car. If I, in theory, what do they want you to do? I have my phone playing, and they want you to say, "Ahoy, telephone, next song," or whatever.
You know what we should do? We should just start recording songs that like say, "Hey Siri" or whatever.
just say it, fuck with everybody.
Yeah, they'd be like, "What the fuck?"
But I don't think voice is the. I don't know. Voice is not the panacea that they kind of make it out to be, because of exactly what you said.
Because when someone's screaming "LingLong, DingDong," and like there might be someone who would easily be offended by that,
right?
Like nearby, like any Chinese person ever.
Pretty much, yeah.
I seriously, did they call it that to fucking just say, "All right, Americans." You just elected this orange man. Merry Christmas. Enjoy what we just did.
They're just trolling us.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
the Russians put them up to it.
I don't know.
That was me trying too hard again.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. It's the Russians. Russians. They want to invade my homeland. I hear that. I don't know. I read something in passing the other day that made me think that the Russians were sitting right there at the borders to Poland and Lithuania, which is where my grandmother, my recently passed grandmother's parents were from, respectively. That Russia was ready to just roll the tanks right on in there. She'd be like, you know what? America kind of gave up on being a world leader, and they elected that doofus.
But
we're just going to go invade those countries that we think belong to us.
Well, why don't they try to get the Soviet states back into the Soviet Union?
It might be the plan, Steve. You never know.
Work on them first before you go after Poland.
Poland, closer to Europe, though. I mean, that's what you want. You want to be able to take over Poland, take over those places. You can put missiles there, start freaking out the Germans, the French, all those Brits who think that they've solved all their problems by kicking everyone out, by Brexiting.
Everybody, not everybody. I think the people on NPR are considering, and I think actually Obama is one of those people. He's not one of the people on NPR.
He's not one of.
He's our president.
Not yet. Yeah.
He's our current president, our good president.
not for long enough.
But I think he considers Angela Merkel to be the once he leaves office, one of the top world leaders.
I saw a great tweet this week. She's the German prime minister or whatever,
president or prime minister, whichever Germany has.
I saw a great tweet. This tweet. I saw a great tweet this week. This week. That
was it about LingDong DingDong?
It was not. It was about Angela Merkel. It was about Germany.
King Kong went to Hong Kong.
King Kong Ding Dong. That's the big one.
King Kong went to Hong Kong and played ping pong with his ding dong and said, "LingLong Ding Dong, play." Fuck.
Play "I'm Turning Japanese" by the Vapors. Sure. Because if there's one way to offend the Chinese even more, it's by
calling them Japanese, and vice versa.
No, this is about Germany, and it was I'm gonna butcher it, but the idea was that Germany getting to save the world in World War III was a nice touch.
Nice.
Yeah. That
Please do, Angela Merkel, if you're listening.
You have 3 world wars, and it's Germany that finally redeems themselves in the third act. When the whole world goes to shit.
I hope so.
I hope not. I would like for my children to, I mean, we were already in a situation, thanks to our economy, where my children, and of course us, we were going to be in worse shape than our parents. And they were probably going to be in worse shape than us. But now it really seems like it's going to be terrible, and I wish that it wasn't. Well, aren't you just a ray of sunshine coming out of a pussy? Sunshiny day. So who else died? Florence Henderson and Fidel Castro. It was a suicide pact. You think Fidel just couldn't go on? And he's like, oh my God, she's dead? Just like that. That's a good Castro impression. Yes. I grew a really long beard for the impression, too.
And I was smoking a cigar.
Smoking, that's important. You can't forget the small things.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I mean, the people that are anti-smoking or the pro-smokers will be like, well, look at someone like George Burns. He lived to about 100 years old, and he smoked a cigar every day. Smoked one in his mouth, one in his ass. He was double smokes. One in his ear. I don't know.
I'm the king of breathing.
Put it in your ear.
Put it in your ear.
There's a record store right near my work called In Your Ear.
In your ear. In your ear.
In your ear.
In your ear, not in your rear.
In your ear.
In your ear.
In your ear.
In your rear. That's in the Castro.
Oh,
I'm sorry, that was wrong.
That was a gay joke, and I don't think that's appropriate.
I don't think I was not. I mean, I think there's somebody out there. There's some gay person with a very good sense of humor who has probably.
I'm sure they exist somewhere.
Who has probably thought about opening. Is the Castro still
I don't think so.
Has ever been a gay district?
Is this?
Did it used to? I can't remember.
I think it was in the times of Harvey Milk.
It's been gentrified and taken over by white yuppies.
Well, no, it's usually like the gay influence in a neighborhood actually helps gentrify it.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Because they tend to bring an element of style.
Oh, okay. Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
You go and say, oh, it's all Whitey's fault. It might be Whitey's fault, but it could be gay Whitey's fault.
It could be. Oh, man. It's all enough blame to go around. That's what they've been trying to tell me. They've been trying to say, give him a chance.
Give Rodney a chance. I'm not telling that joke.
I have hope. What else can I do? I have hope. What you can do is you can start building a bomb shelter to protect yourself against the Orange Man's stupidity.
Well, I mean, hopefully they won't bomb Boston first. I mean, that's not a big.
I don't think we're the hub of the universe anymore.
Definitely not.
Yeah, no.
We're the hub of Massachusetts. At least.
Yeah. But and
we got time, like maybe to get to Canada. I don't know. Like if the bombs are flying. That's what we did. I remember on New Year's 2000 1999 into 2000.
You went to Canada.
We did not go to Canada, but we drove pretty far. Well, not like crazy far north. Mm-hmm. We went somewhere in between Winnipesaukee and the White Mountains.
Okay.
Just in case, like, Y2K completely devastated the world and the bombs went off and hit all the major cities.
Right.
We would be outside of that radius where, like, we could outrun the fallout, basically.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Far enough away from Montreal.
We're kind of like in the middle of in between Boston and Montreal.
Okay. All right.
And I don't think Montreal.
I mean, but who wants to kill the Canadians? I mean, that's the truth of it, right? The Canadians probably get it last. Nobody hates Canada.
I don't know. A lot of Americans apparently do.
Oh, well.
Their socialism, and their niceness.
I know. I hate America. I mean, that's obvious.
I'm afraid of Americans.
Now, if you make a David Bowie / Trent Reznor reference, what do I have to do? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm the one that should be making that reference.
Yeah, well, if you make a One Piece reference,
slow up on the uptake.
I already did 2 this week, so I think we're at our
threshold,
the quota.
At our quota. I don't know. I mean, it's not that I hate our country, although I get the sense from relations of mine, they think I hate everything. I came home from Thanksgiving, and we were in Maine, visiting with the Moose Militia and the Lobster Marines, which was how I. No, we were John Martin and I. We were John, who a friend of mine, and
you guys
who
were
I used
spitballing some hilarious jokes.
Well, we were going back and forth about me traveling up to Maine to be with my liberal relatives, which of course he thought was sad because why should anybody from Massachusetts have to escape Massachusetts to go to liberal Maine?
Lame. Maine. Actually, I love Maine, so don't think I actually am calling you Maine. I mean, lame. I think that the Massachusetts is definitely more liberal than the folks in Maine, especially northern Maine, because that's a lot of rural farmers and dope addicts and whatnot.
Right. Just so happens that my relatives down east.
I like how you're just like completely like, we're okay. You just called half the state dope addicts. That's
I'm not going to disagree with you. Probably the middle portion of our state is a bunch of dope addicts too.
Yeah,
you'd have to be to vote for the fucking orange man.
It's all right. There's a problem out there, and then hopefully, with enough dope, then next time there's an election, they won't be able to vote because they won't be around anymore.
One can only hope.
Right.
No. So we were spitballing, going back and forth, and talking about how I would have to go through a small section of Cow Hampshire. On my way to Maine. And so then we were spitballing and we came up with the notion that, we wondered if they'd armed the cows. And he said, yeah, no, the cows are probably the first thing that New Hampshireites armed once the Orange Man won. And so then we were like, well, who's going to protect me? From the first of all, the first line of defense is
arming cows seems like something that PETA would do.
So maybe that's a point of where they can go across party lines. PETA and the Republicans.
Yeah,
is arming cows
so they can't be killed for the consumption of meat.
Okay, well. That's a big topic. I don't want to get there. Let me just so the first line of defense against the cows is the Republican cows that have been armed is that they're all afraid of the liberal pox that comes off of Portsmouth and the seacoast. Is they're all afraid to get too close to Portsmouth or Newington or any of those places, so they stay away.
I noticed you left Seabrook out of there.
So we're mostly going up along that.
Getting local for you there.
Getting local for you.
Check out Seabrook, New Hampshire. Right, it's right across the border from Massachusetts.
Oh, you're ever up here. Grand old time.
Lovely place. Lovely place.
So we have to travel up that way, and so then John's notion was, and I said, well, maybe there's a moose militia. I said this. Maybe there's a moose militia waiting right at the border, because you got cows, New Hampshire, Maine's got moose,
and Moose Tracks ice cream, which is great.
Yeah, and then he said, oh, actually, I was thinking of the Lobster Marines. So yeah, we imagined that the Moose Militia and the Lobster Marines and the liberal pox, the infectious liberal pox, those things would protect me and my family as we traveled through the Republican stronghold of New Hampshire. And they did. We made it there successfully. But on my way back, it was a very long drive. It was snowing. It was raining. We got back to my house, and Thanksgiving Day festivities were apparently still in full swing. And as I got out of my car, my relatives, who think that I probably hate the country and hate everything, they see me and I'm looking kind of glum because I really just want to go to bed. I don't want to socialize. I'm feeling sick. And like, what's wrong with you? And the two of the people that were standing right there, and they're never going to know this unless they listen to the podcast, and they won't. Are the
I got furious at them once for like not listening.
Yeah,
they're like, well, my life is important, and I don't need to listen to you fucking assholes. So like, fuck you. And then we ended up not recording at your place.
That's right. So the two of the three people that greeted me as I got out of my car, as I've been in the car for now a grand total of close to 5 hours that day, are the two people that are the reason that I left Facebook. They'll never realize, like, and a lot of my family, including my liberal in-laws in Maine, were like, "You left Facebook?" And I was like, "I left a fucking message. I guess it didn't get across."
That's the thing about Facebook. It sucks.
Right, yeah. So anyway,
like you want people to actually know that you're doing something, and then like, nope,
no,
sorry,
I don't feel like letting them know. So I went inside. I went upstairs, and as I'm on my way upstairs, the third of the three people that are the main reasons that I left Facebook was there, also giving me shit. And I just came to the realization, like, they think that I hate everything about everything, but they also just love to pick fights with me. I don't know if you have now. they love to bully me is part of what it is.
Just have me over some more, and then I'll help you out.
And I see a real distinction. I'm sorry I'm making this fucking serious and glum and whatever. But
hold on, I just want to know, is Vice Admiral Strawberry a member of the Lobster Marines?
The Lobster Marines? Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I don't have anything left to drink. Okay. So I'm trying to make this as quick as possible.
Just trying to figure out the best obscure One Piece Marine
sneak in there
that I could throw in there.
I get the sense there's a difference between teasing and bullying, and I feel like my friends, who and some relatives have earned the right to tease me. Like you have earned the right. You have earned the right to tease me because you occasionally try to understand where I'm coming from. More than occasionally.
I understand where you're coming from.
You try to understand where I'm coming from, and even when you don't, you try. Right? My relatives very often, and including these relatives who greeted me when I came home from Thanksgiving, don't make any attempt to understand. They think they understand me. They think, oh, he's sad and depressed and whatever all the time, which may be fucking true from the outside, but they make no attempt. And so when they tease, it comes across as bullying, and they like to do it because they see that it elicits a reaction out of me, and I'm sick of it. And
you know what you should do is the next time be like, just start digging away in your asshole and then just kind of put it up to their face. Like, make sure you use your middle finger and then just like have the stinky middle finger and then just put it right under their nose. Be like, and I just did that. What do you fucking think about that, sir?
I to one extent or another,
madam.
To one extent or another, I love these people, right? And
you just want to stick a stinky finger into their face.
Not into their ass.
And not into their ass. So that would be weird.
No.
In their face.
What are the levels of incest?
I think that's one of them.
That's the
sticking a stinky finger into one of your relatives' assholes.
The first base of incest is finger in the asshole. Right. Or is that second base?
I think making out is first base, no matter if it's incest or not.
All right. No, I'm like. So I left Facebook and I explained this to my liberal in-laws. I was like, I left Facebook because I believe in this philosophy right now of do no harm. And if I stayed on Facebook, I was going to not be able to withstand my political opinions, and I was going to irreparably damage what relationships I have left with these people and with certain of my friends. And so I was like, you know what? Peace. I'm out. I'm done. And to a certain extent, I want that from these holidays. I don't want to interact with them about politics. So I have in my mind a simple way out. And my simple way out is we can have a relationship or we can talk politics. But I know that these people, by and large, like to pick fights with me. And so I'm home at the end of Thanksgiving and I'm feeling sick. And part of why I get so anxious now is that I'm constantly preparing myself for these battles I'm going to have to fight. And I don't want to fight battles. I want to be able to just sit down and talk about stupid shit.
This is one of my favorite tweets over the Thanksgiving holiday, and I did retweet it from Bill Burr, the man that I love so well. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone! Don't be the cunt that brings up politics.
Oh my god!
Hashtag love you.
I saw that one, and I was like, oh my gosh, I might have been the one at my in-laws' house, or somebody else might have been the one. And of course, we all kind of were the one because we all know that we can trust each other and vent. And vent without judgment. But yeah, I did see that, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have brought it up at all. And I certainly did not want to bring it up at all when I got home, and I was afraid somebody was going to make that point. So I spent the rest of Thanksgiving night sick and in bed reading a book about Hamilton.
Ugh, you and your fucking Hamilton.
What? You all tell me to do things that make me happy, and I do something that makes me happy, and you fucking make fun of me for it.
I didn't you just give me the green light for making fun of you? All right, good. Fucking.
I know.
Then we're there.
But what I'm saying is that I finally did something that made me happy. I was like, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch. I'm going to read this fucking book about Hamilton.
Yes, and that's great. And I'm still going to give you shit. And I hope you still enjoy it after that.
Yes.
Good.
So anyway, did you do anything else interesting with your Thanksgiving? Or wait, hold on.
What happened? Do we have anything else on the list?
Oh, yes. No, there's one other thing that's on our list that we haven't gotten to in any natural sort of way. And I want you to explain to me, because I think this is really important. This is a really important part of
Thanksgiving. Is it
Thanksgiving.
LingLong, Ding Dong? We already talked about
No, we already talked about that. And we've only got a few minutes left, so this is the perfect thing to wrap it up with. I think whenever you have Thanksgiving, the most important question that comes when you're relating your Thanksgiving Day adventures to somebody else is, at the end of the day, what did your fart smell like?
Well, funny you should ask, Chris.
Ham-fisted transition.
My farts kind of smelled like potato sticks.
Oh, like McDonald's French fries.
No, well...
Oh, sorry. I don't want to get us horribly off topic.
I don't want to be talking about French fries right now. I want to talk about potato sticks. And I don't know, I don't know if these were things that people had in other parts of the country.
I don't know either. I'm curious to know.
I don't remember. I don't remember seeing them when I lived down south. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, like, it came in this little can.
Yep.
And I don't even know if they still fucking have them.
I feel like they do, but you probably have to look for them in that one particular section of the chips aisle where they're like wedged in between the. I'm not going to even try. They're wedged in between two things that would be funny
Fritos
to say.
And
I don't know, between Utz and Snyder's.
Wow, those are brands.
Those are brands.
So yeah, like they were in these little cans. Mm-hmm. And you kind of had like this little wax thing that you took it off.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Then you ate the potato sticks, and that's what my fart smelled like. And we were sitting at the bar at Fun Spot, just talking about movies and shit. And then I just kept on cutting gassers, and Becky kept on looking at me. She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I was about to say, "Oh, was this the Brag and Dragon?" Which I managed to get wrong every fucking time.
No, it's the D.A. Long Tavern.
I know.
D.A. Long Tavern.
Not the LingLong DingDong Tavern.
LingLong DingDong Tavern. That's a Chinese Fun Spot.
Chinese Fun Spot. That might be the episode. Chinese Fun Spot.
No, I still think it should be LingLong DingDong on Long Ring Longland.
On what?
Long Ring Longland.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yes, I remember. Okay, yeah.
I did say that.
You did say that. I think you said it before the show.
And during the show.
I missed that.
And now.
I was drinking.
The one drink.
The one drink. To rule them all. One drink to find them.
You can find the show. Oh, are we done?
Well, that's a little early. You can wrap it up there if you want. I mean, you got about 3 minutes. The theme song plays for like 45 seconds. I mean,
You don't play the theme song at the end, do you?
No, I'm saying when you're figuring out how much time the episode is going to be, you have to add the 45 seconds or like 30 seconds or so.
Inside Baseball
of the show
is brought to you by LingLong DingDong.
The true thing is if it's available on Amazon and I link to it in the show notes and people buy it through it, if they even click on that and then buy anything through Amazon, some money will come in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We have that thing where we
get... Yeah, this is a little thing.
Why don't we talk about that ever?
I just... It's... If you click on anything from Amazon, we get a little bit kickback.
Jesus Christ, we should, like 122 episodes in. Maybe we should have talked about that before now.
But I mean, it's happened accidentally. If you click on anything that I link to that's on Amazon, it happens.
Oh, here's the thing.
Even if you don't buy that thing.
Here's my pet peeve with Nintendo right now.
Oh, is it about Super Mario Run costing $10?
No, it's nothing to do with that. It's about the goddamn NES Classic Edition.
Oh, that
I kind of wanted to pick it up. Mm-hmm. And bring it up and like when we go up north to the camp,
right? Yeah,
and like have like that little thing where we could play like 30 something Nintendo games that are all fucking winners.
Yeah,
and be like, yeah, this is great, cool. Mm-hmm. Nope, sorry.
No, they haven't learned in all their years of making hardware to make enough fucking copies for everyone.
But the thing is, like, okay, so Nintendo's like, oh, we swear we're gonna make some available over the course of the holiday season. And even with like Black Friday was yesterday.
Yeah.
How like they didn't have any available in the store. That's the day like you build up the fucking the craziness before then, and then the day you have like a crazy amount of product is on Black Friday, where everybody's like, holy shit, there it is. Oh, I should grab it.
I want it.
Well, I'm fucking at Doorbusters or whatever, and then like they get it. But they still haven't done that, and there's still scalpers that are selling them on eBay. Like it's retailing for $60 approximately.
Yeah.
People on either on Amazon or on eBay are selling them for like 200 plus.
Right.
And it's like, fuck you. You're not making that money. Fucking third party dealers are making that money. Scalpers are making that money. Yeah. Why the fuck just release? It's not that much plastic and not that much fucking hardware and software.
Yeah. I mean, for software wise, from what I've heard, it's a Linux box. It's probably a Linux box running the same kind of emulator that you could go out there and
you're basically saying, fuck giving us money, just go out and download things illegally because we don't want to make the legal ones available.
It's like Meatballs 3.
Yeah, we don't. They want you to fucking go out there and download Meatballs 3 illegally.
Because you can't buy it on DVD, Steve. I found this out last week. I was like, maybe I want to watch.
They never released Meatballs 3 on DVD.
Meatballs 3 never came out on DVD. VHS only.
That is really weird.
That is very...
but the other ones, yes.
The other one, Meatballs, the original for sure. Meatballs 4, because that's come out recently. That's the one with Corey Feldman.
That's not recently.
Well, recently enough. I mean, it's come out in the DVD age.
It came out when I was in high school, and that was like around the time where DVDs were first becoming available.
But Meatballs 3, no. I don't know about Meatballs 2. I think I saw a DVD that had Meatballs 1 and 2 on it. And I think they've just forgotten 3 ever happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it was the sexiest one.
Because it was the sexiest. It was about a porn star.
Right.
It's about a porn star and Patrick fucking Dempsey. I think it's Patrick Dempsey who's making that shit not happen. It's like every time they're like, we want to put out Meatballs 3, Patrick Dempsey is like, fuck no. I have an image to upload.
Do you think like Robert Zadar was like, we're going to put a Blu-ray out of Samurai Cop? And
Robert Zadar is no fucking Patrick Dempsey.
No, he has a much bigger face.
You can buy the show notes for this episode at clarkwith.com/hot/122. If you'd like to comment on anything we've said that we've gotten right or wrong or anywhere in between, you can send those emails to hot@clarkwoods.com. Or you can follow us and friend us and fuck with us on Twitter. I am at ECC1977.
And I'm at Tuesday is Loser. That's Tuesday, IS Loser, all one word.
And now we're well over an hour and 1 minute.
An hour and 1 minute.
An hour and 2 minutes if we keep talking.
Okay, let's not.
Let's not. Say we did.